Welcome to this deep dive,
Oh, yeah.
a special exclusive episode produced by Latier Latinkira as part of the Strong African Women Initiative.
Wow.
We're spotlighting inspiring women,
Yeah?
and today it's Ariel Fitz, a Christian influencer and musician making waves.
Oh, cool.
I'm excited to unpack her story with you.
It's a fascinating story, especially in the context of this initiative. Latinkira Shishu, the founder, is a force to be reckoned with,
Yeah.
a Tanzanian media expert, Christian influencer,
Wow.
and published author herself.
Exactly. She's a true embodiment of what this initiative is all about,
Yeah.
empowering African women.
Hmm.
We have a transcript of one of Ariel's YouTube videos
Oh, great.
and some background info on both of them.
Uh,
Okay, let's dive into Ariel's world.
Yeah.
Her journey's notes in 2020.
yeah.
A year she describes as incredibly difficult,
Oh, wow.
filled with financial struggles and a feeling of being lost.
It's a relatable feeling, that sense of desperation when you hit a wall.
Yeah.
But for Ariel, it was a turning point. She even says, "I give up my citizenship of earth. I claim my citizenship of heaven. Take me up."
Wow.
That's intense.
Wow. Right? You can almost feel the weight of that moment.
I know.
That's when she turned to TikTok, almost as a last resort, praying for guidance.
Interesting.
It's interesting how she didn't initially intend to focus on faith-based content.
It wasn't a strategic move, more like an experiment. In
That's
fact, she
it.
was struggling to find her niche.
Mm.
She was posting singing videos on Instagram before that, showcasing her musical talent.
Yeah, her passion for music shines through.
Yeah.
She even signed with Motown Gospel in 2023
Wow.
and released her debut single, God Love.
Okay.
But on TikTok, her breakthrough came with a video featuring God and an angel. And get this, it was hilarious.
A hidden talent for comedy emerges.
Yeah.
It's funny how life throws those curveballs.
Right.
This unexpected success led her to lean into faith-based content.
Yeah.
And that's when things really took off.
I love that. It's like sometimes you have to stumble into what you're truly meant for. Speaking of which, a quick reminder that you can support the work of the Strong African Women Initiative by donating and buying Latinkira's ebooks.
Absolutely. Reach them at plus 255 50 56 51 and be a part of their mission. Every bit helps them continue to empower African women.
Now back to Ariel.
Mm.
Her story is about so much more than just social media success.
Okay.
It's about the transformation it brought to her life, paying off debts, finding financial stability,
Right.
and discovering these amazing talents.
And in a way, that's a testament to the power of mindset. It's something Ariel talks about a lot in her video,
Okay.
drawing inspiration from Dr. Miles Monroe's teachings on having a positive outlook,
Yeah.
especially when facing adversity. Wouldn't you agree that this is crucial for success,
Oh, yeah.
particularly in tough times?
I completely agree. A positive mindset can be such a game changer.
Yeah.
Ariel even mentions how she almost gave up on TikTok altogether before that breakthrough video.
Oh, really?
If she hadn't pushed through, who knows what her story would be now.
Yeah.
It's about not giving up on yourself.
Right. Exactly. And not being afraid to experiment to see what resonates.
Mm-hmm.
In Ariel's case, it was this unexpected blend of faith and humor that really struck a chord. We often see this with successful creators. They tap into something authentically them, something that makes them stand out.
And that brings us to a fascinating aspect of Ariel's personality.
Oh, okay.
She describes herself as incredibly shy and quiet in real life.
Huh.
It's almost hard to believe, considering how vibrant she is on social media.
Yeah.
I guess it just goes to show the power of finding your voice, even if it takes a little time and exploration.
It's amazing how those who are often the quietest in person can find such powerful voices online.
Yeah.
In a way, it makes sense. Maybe those who are used to being heard don't feel the same need to express themselves in that way. What do you think?
That's an interesting point. Maybe it's about finding the right outlet for your voice.
Right.
Ariel's journey is definitely a testament to that.
Yeah.
And her commitment to consistency on TikTok paid off big time.
Okay.
We're talking 100,000 followers in just 3 weeks.
100,000 followers in 3 weeks.
It's mind-blowing.
That's incredible. But it wasn't just luck.
Right.
This shows that when you tap into what's authentically why you're you and find the right audience for it, things can explode. It's a potent reminder that we all have something unique to offer.
And remember, you can help other women discover their unique talents by supporting the Strong African Women Initiative.
Reach them at plus 255 50 56 51 to donate or buy Latinkira's insightful ebooks. Your contribution will help empower more women to find their voices and pursue their passions. It really does make you wonder what sparks that kind of growth. Doesn't it? Ariel mentions taking a TikTok course, but realized most of the info was available for free.
Oh, really?
It seems like there's more to it than just tactics.
Yeah, it can't just be about algorithms and trends. There's something about her message, her authenticity,
Okay.
that clearly resonated with a huge audience.
Yeah.
And it wasn't limited to TikTok either.
Oh, okay.
She leveraged her content on Instagram, using Reels to expand her reach even further.
That's smart. It's
Yeah.
not enough to just create content. Right.
You have to understand how to use different platforms effectively. It's like she instinctively grasped that growth in one space can fuel growth in another. Do you think that's something that comes naturally to some creators? Or is it a skill you can develop?
Good question. I think it's probably a combination of both. Some people have a natural knack for understanding audiences and platforms,
Yeah.
but I also believe anyone can learn and improve with practice. Ariel talks about how she was constantly learning and adapting,
Right.
trying new things to see what worked.
And that's so key, isn't it? That willingness to experiment,
Yeah.
to not be afraid to fail.
Yeah.
It's almost like failure is a necessary part of the process.
Yeah, like you learn more from your mistakes than your successes.
Right.
Speaking of learning, remember our listeners can expand their knowledge and support a great cause at the same time.
Right. You can contribute to the Strong African Women Initiative by donating or buying La Tanquira's ebooks via plus 255.50, 651. Every bit helps them empower women through education and technology. Now, getting back to Ariel, one of the things that struck me was her honesty about the challenges of being a content creator.
Yeah.
She even says, nobody knows what they're doing.
Huh. Interesting.
It's kind of refreshing to hear that, isn't it?
It is. It's so easy to get caught up in the curated perfection we often see on social media and think, well, I could never do that.
Right.
But Ariel reminds us that everyone is figuring things out as they go.
Yeah.
It's a journey, not a destination.
And it's a journey with ups and downs. She's open about the fact that there are days when she just wants to shut off all her apps and disconnect.
Yeah.
It's a good reminder that even those who appear to be thriving online have their struggles.
Absolutely. Social media can be a double-edged sword. It can be a fantastic tool for connection and creativity,
Yay.
but it can also be overwhelming and draining. It's important to find a balance.
That's so true. It's
Yeah.
like anything else. Moderation is key. You have to prioritize your well-being and mental health, even when your work is online.
And speaking of well-being, Ariel talks about how her faith plays a crucial role in her life, especially when she's feeling stressed or overwhelmed.
Yeah.
She sees her relationship with God as a source of strength and guidance. I'm curious, did you get a sense of that from her video?
Oh, absolutely. It's woven throughout her story. From her initial prayer for guidance on TikTok to her decision to lean into faith-based content, her faith is clearly a driving force in her life. And it seems to be a source of comfort and resilience for her.
It's interesting how she talks about surrendering to a higher power,
Yeah.
about how that surrender allowed her to overcome obstacles she thought were insurmountable.
Yeah,
It's a powerful concept.
it is. It's like acknowledging that you don't have all the answers, that sometimes you need to let go and trust in something bigger than yourself. I think that resonates with a lot of people, regardless of their religious beliefs.
I agree. It's that sense of hope, of knowing you're not alone, that can be so powerful. And for Ariel, that hope is rooted in her faith. And it's not just about personal comfort. She seems to have this deep desire to share that hope with others.
Right. Towards the end of her video, she delivers this incredibly moving message about the importance of faith, especially during challenging times. She's basically saying, hey, if I can find peace and purpose through my relationship with God, you can too. It's quite a compelling call to action, isn't it?
It is. And it ties back to something we talked about earlier, the power of authenticity. Ariel's faith isn't just a persona she put on for the camera.
Yeah.
It's deeply ingrained in who she is.
Yeah.
And that sincerity shines through. It's not preachy or judgmental.
Right.
It's an invitation.
And it's an invitation that resonates with her audience.
Yeah.
You can tell from the comments on her videos that people feel seen and understood by her. It's like she's created this space where people can explore their own faith without feeling pressured or judged.
It's a beautiful thing to witness, and it speaks to the power of social media to create these kinds of communities, these spaces where people can connect with others who share their values and beliefs.
And speaking of connecting, let's remind our listeners about a community that's doing amazing work to empower women.
Yes. The Strong African Women Initiative, led by the visionary La Tanquira Shu, is doing incredible work to bridge the gap in AI literacy. You can support their efforts by donating or buying La Chiengkira's ebooks at plus 255 50 56 51.
Now back to Ariel, another fascinating layer to her story is the influence of her family,
Okay.
particularly her father.
Oh.
She credits him with fostering her love of storytelling. He would often retell Bible stories in a way that captivated her imagination,
Mm-hmm.
sparking her love for narrative and faith.
It's amazing how early influences can shape our passions and our paths, isn't it?
Right.
It's like he planted the seeds for her creativity and her faith without even realizing it.
Right, and it makes me wonder about the impact we're having on those around us, the ways in which we might be inspiring or influencing others without even knowing it. It's a powerful thought.
It's a reminder to be mindful of the stories we tell, the words we speak, and the actions we take, because they can have a ripple effect that extends far beyond our immediate circle.
And sometimes those ripples can lead to unexpected breakthroughs, just like Ariel's discovery of her comedic talent.
Yeah.
Who would have guessed that this shy, quiet girl would find her voice through humor?
It's a delightful surprise. And it speaks to the importance of being open to new experiences, to stepping outside of our comfort zones and seeing what happens.
It's like she stumbled upon this hidden talent and said, well, this is fun. Let's see where this goes.
Mm-hmm.
And it led her to this incredible success. It's a great lesson for all of us, really.
Absolutely. It's a reminder to not take ourselves too seriously, to embrace the joy of experimentation, and to never underestimate the power of laughter, to connect with others. And for Ariel, that laughter is infused with her faith, creating this unique and engaging blend that sets her apart.
It's like she found this sweet spot where her passions and her beliefs intersect, and it's resonating with a huge audience. And I think that's something we can all aspire to, finding that place where our authentic selves and our deepest values align.
It's a beautiful thing to witness. And it's a reminder that success isn't just about fame or fortune.
Right.
It's about finding that sweet spot where you can be true to yourself and make a positive impact and have fun along the way.
Absolutely. And speaking of making a positive impact, let's give another shout out to the Strong African Women Initiative.
They're doing such important work to empower women across Africa. You can support their mission by donating or purchasing La Chiengkira's insightful ebooks via plus 255 56 51. Every contribution helps them equip more women with the tools and knowledge to thrive in the digital age.
Now, as we move towards the final part of our deep dive, I'm curious to hear your thoughts on Ariel's journey as a whole. What stands out to you as the most impactful or inspiring aspect of her story?
What strikes me most is her resilience. She faced incredible challenges, financial struggles, self-doubt, and the pressures of being a public figure, yet she never gave up. She leaned on her faith, her family, and her community for support, and she came out stronger on the other side. It's a powerful testament to the human spirit's ability to overcome adversity. It's truly inspiring to see how she turned those challenges into opportunities for growth, and her story beautifully aligns with the mission of the Strong African Women Initiative, wouldn't you say?
Absolutely. They both champion the strength and potential of African women, breaking stereotypes and pushing boundaries. And it all circles back to La Chiengkira Shu, the founder. Her vision for the initiative, particularly emphasizing AI literacy as a tool for empowerment, is remarkable.
It's incredible how she's connecting technology, faith, and social impact in such a meaningful way. Speaking of impact, what stands out to you about Ariel's approach to social media? For me, it's her willingness to be vulnerable, to share her struggles openly with her audience.
I agree that rawness makes her incredibly relatable. She doesn't shy away from the tough times, showing that success isn't a linear path. Instead of presenting this perfectly curated online persona, she lets people see the real, her imperfections and all.
And in doing so, she gives others permission to embrace their own imperfections and challenges. It's like she's saying, hey, it's okay to not have it all figured out. We're all in this together.
Exactly. It humanizes success and makes it feel more attainable. And she beautifully demonstrates that leaning on faith and community can be crucial during those inevitable valleys we all experience.
Her reliance on prayer and the teachings of Dr. Miles Monroe is a testament to seeking guidance and strength from a source larger than ourselves. It's about recognizing that we don't have to go through life's challenges alone.
And speaking of not going it alone, let's remind our listeners that they can be part of a supportive community that's making a real difference.
You can support the incredible work of the Strong African Women Initiative by donating or purchasing La Chiengkira's ebooks. Reach them at plus 255 50 56 51 and be a part of their mission to empower African women through AI literacy.
Now, before we wrap up, I want to touch on one more aspect of Ariel's story that I found particularly fascinating: her unexpected journey to discovering her comedic talent. It wasn't something she planned or even envisioned for herself. It just sort of happened organically.
It's a brilliant example of how sometimes our greatest strengths lie in the unexpected. She didn't set out to be a Christian comedian. It evolved naturally from her willingness to experiment and to let her authentic self shine through.
It's a valuable lesson for all of us, don't you think? To stay open to exploring different avenues and not be afraid to play with our content to see what sparks joy and resonates with others.
Absolutely. You never know what hidden talents you might uncover or what will deeply connect with your audience. Sometimes the most fulfilling paths are the ones we least expect.
So as we conclude our deep dive into Ariel Fitz's story, what are some key takeaways our listener can carry forward? What threads run through her journey that resonate beyond the specifics of her story?
I think Ariel's story is a powerful reminder that success is multifaceted. It's not just about achieving specific goals or reaching certain milestones. It's about finding purpose, embracing challenges as opportunities for growth, and using your platform, however big or small, to make a positive impact.
It's about being authentically you, seeking guidance and support when needed, and never giving up on your dreams, no matter how audacious they might seem. And most importantly, it's a reminder that we all have the capacity to touch lives, to inspire change, and to leave a lasting legacy.
Beautifully said. And Ariel's journey reminds us that sometimes the most fulfilling destinations are the ones we least expect. Embrace the journey, trust in yourself, and let your light shine.
And remember, you can be a part of empowering other women to find their voices and fulfill their potential by supporting the Strong African Women Initiative.
Reach them at +255 50 56 51 and contribute to their mission. Every donation, every ebook purchase helps create a brighter future for African women.
Stay blessed and stay focused.
Amen.